Survivor is trying to ruin my Thanksgiving by producing one of the most depressing things my eyeballs have ever witnessed. As Kelly would say, what the heck, guys? Now it's time to go over this 13 Reasons Why episode of Survivor. The episode starts off with Sam giving Kyle a hug because he knows how hard it was for him to vote out Gabe. Why not give Sue a hug? She didn't even know about the... And then Kyle says that he liked Gabe as a person, but he had to hit Gabe before Gabe hit him. Why don't abused kids just do that? And then Rachel comforts Sue by telling her that a blue tribe person needed to go out, and it couldn't be her or Caroline, because then who else would they drag to the inn? And then dementia-ridden Sue asks Caroline if she voted for Gabe. There were 2 votes for Carolyn, Sue. Do you think he voted for himself? And then Sue says that she's mad at everyone, especially Kyle. I don't know what her vendetta against Kyle is, but it's very annoying. Maybe his, great-great-grandfather stole her cookies in preschool. And I just want to say that this kind of, reminds me of Nickelodeon. I don't know why. And then Sue goes on, this giant rant about how the rain sucks, even though there's literally no rain in sight. I think she actually does have dementia. And then Sue says the worst part is losing Gabe. Guys, I think that Sue has a tad bit of a crush on Gabe, even though he's 85 years younger than her. And then Caroline is trying to have an emotional moment with Sue, but she kind of just comes across as a robot. I'm not gonna lie.
Not today, Thank you.
And I kid you not, Caroline has a sob story about having ADHD. No one can imagine going on a show with a man who is in and out of 40 different foster homes and then crying about having ADHD. What is wrong with you? And then Caroline's like, Sue, I want to work with you. And Sue's like, yeah, I 100% trust her again. She would never, ever, 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 never, never, ever, never, ever not fill me in on a vote. Ever. Except for the last one, because that was a fluke. And then Andy, Rachel, and Teeny talk about Gabe being gone, which is the start of every freaking conversation in this episode. Also, I don't know why, but this episode in particular, every time I see Teeny, I want to punch her in the freaking head. And then Stinky Sue and AI Carolyn crash the party, and they form... what do they call them? The Turd Nugget Alliance? I forgot what it was called, not gonna lie. I don't really freaking... And then they're like, Kyle, Sam, and Genevieve are the biggest threats. Who should we take out first? And Sue goes, I freaking hate Kyle. And then Andy says stuff. Cool, I guess. I mean, it's pretty obvious that the entire jury hates this guy. And then we get a shot of water dropping and landing on Gabe's skull because Jeff murdered him. And then Sam, Kyle, and Jenna Dork are having a conversation about working together. And then Jenna Poop says that she doesn't like to use the term alliance because she hurt gay Harry Potter's feelings and now she refuses to be bonded with people and just wants to be a big old mean person. And then Sam says he was a big old liar at the start of the game, but now he's more honest because what else can he do? And then Kyle says, you have to separate who you were and who you are now after Survivor. Oh, Kyle, you're so beast mode, buddy. And then Kyle tells Andy that he's very worried about his kids and wife not respecting his game. And then Andy's like, psh, psh. I've lied to everyone 472 times, Kyle. Don't you worry, brother. And then Andy yaps, and when Andy yaps, I collapse into my chair and sleep. And then there's a boat that comes, and there's a note on the boat that says someone needs to get on the boat to go on a journey. And obviously Rachel is the lucky person selected. I can't wait to see what production gives her now. And then Rachel gets to a floating platform in the water, and she has to do a challenge where she just has to make all of the correct color balls be in the same thing. This is literally like a 4-year-old game. They're just giving this advantage to Rachel, bro. What is it? I can't wait for next season when they play patty cake for a super idol. And yeah, Rachel got a vote block. Yeah. And then Rachel gets back to camp and she tells them almost the truth. She tells them everything, but she says she lost her vote instead of got the advantage. Ooh, how spicy. And then Gabe's like, I don't buy it for a second, Missy. You're hiding something under your sleeve. I can feel it. And then Rachel tells Carolyn and Sue she found the advantage. And Sue's like, she told me that she found an advantage. I can 100% believe everything she says in the game now. And then she just tells Rachel that she believes everything she says now. What kind of gameplay is this, Sue? And then Genevieve's like, yo, Rach, what if we took out one of the dog water players next, like Andy or Sue? And Rachel's like, hey, guess what, Andy? Genevieve just called you dog water at Survivor. And Andy's like, huh? No, if you listen to all my confessionals, you would know that I'm actually the best player ever. And then we head to the immunity challenge. This episode is so boring. And then Jeff asks Kyle a question, and halfway through his answer, Sue just like starts sobbing for no reason, and then just like stills his moment. Sue, what is actually wrong with you, you absolute imbecile? And the challenge is you have to balance this platform while spelling the word immunity in blocks on it, and you have to not let the block tower fall down. And the only thing exciting about this challenge is how ridiculous Tina looks with that thing wrapped around her head. And Rachel unfortunately wins the challenge, meaning Kyle did not win the challenge. Rachel, I hope you get hit by a bus. And even though Kyle knows he is absolutely 1,000,000% cooked, he's still smiling. And then Rachel's like, just because Kyle's the easy vote doesn't mean it's gonna be the vote. Don't do that, Rachel. Don't give me hope. And then Kyle just chills in a hammock. I love this guy. And then Sue gives probably like the creepiest confession of all time. Honestly, Kyle, I would file for a restraining order after the season if I was you. And then Genevieve and Sam are trying to get Teeny to not vote for Kyle. It's like, no, you can't make me. No, I'm not going to. No, you're an idiot. No. Like, Teeny, are you 5 years old?
I'm not doing that, and I would really appreciate it if you guys didn't do that.
Well, guess what, Teeny? No one cares what you want, stupid. And then Kyle's like, yeah, I have the best story here, so I'm freaking screwed. And then Andy really wants to take out Genevieve instead of Kyle because Genevieve said he was dog water at Survivor. And then Andy's like, well, actually, there's only an 8% chance that Kyle will win the rest of the individual immunity challenges. And then Carolyn's like, huh? Andy said that there's only an 8% chance that Kyle will win the next immunity challenge? That's not right. Carolyn, that's not what he said, you freaking idiot. And anyways, we head to tribal council, and Kyle unfortunately gets voted out and gives everyone a hug and says like the best words to ever exist in Survivor. And the jury absolutely loves him, and he definitely would have won the game, but everyone in the show sucks like poop faces. Also, Sue, you don't deserve that hug, you absolute ignoramus. Well, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys want Kyle to come back for Survivor 50, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below your favorite Kyle quote. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!
Hey everybody, this is Bruce here for Season 45 Survivor. Now, I, Bruce, the greatest Survivor player to ever exist, demand that all of you subscribe to Meme View. That's M-E-M-E, View. And hit the like button. Or, if you don't, you end up like me on Season 44. Alright? You don't want that, do you? Peace!